Huawei's budget-friendly Honor sub-brand has released the follow-up to the 6X, its fiercely competitive mid-range offering, the Honor 7X. Now sporting a body constructed entirely of aluminum, the 7X steps up the class factor from its partially plastic predecessor. Adding to this aura is the inclusion of an 18:9, 5.93-inch screen with minimal bezels to match. Throw in dual cameras and Honor's typically quick performance, and you have a lean, mean $200 mid-range machine. But is it enough to knock off more recognizable and similarly equipped competitors? In the box: Honor 7X. Micro USB charging cable and adapter. SIM tool. The dual camera setup returns from the 6X, this time upping the megapixels from 12 to 16 on the main sensor, while the secondary camera remains at 2 MP and is solely used to capture depth information. Leveraging the latter ability, a software-driven wide aperture feature exists to create the coveted background blur, and while results weren't the worst we've ever seen, they weren't the best either. As with most mid-range implementations, issues with distinguishing the subject from the background can be observed, where the subject is outlined with either blur on its own edges or sharpness in the background where they meet. Rarely did these bleed too far into each other, thankfully, but instances did occur where our subject was completely disfigured by an accurate blur application. You'll want to stay within the recommended 2-meter distance to avoid such drastic errors. Well-lit indoor and outdoor close-ups look fantastic for such an affordable phone. Details are sharp and colors are very accurate. Unfortunately, issues with focus cropped up when taking photos with further focal points, such as images of buildings or landscapes. After testing the camera for some time, we arrived at the assumption that our demo unit might have a faulty camera, as objects more than a few feet away from us were never quite in focus. We've reached out to Honor for comment on the matter, and we'll update this section once we know more. We sure hope that ours is an isolated case. In lower light scenarios, this sensor's inability to capture adequate lighting leads to the image requiring extra time to process. During those couple seconds, you'll need to have a seriously steady and patient hand, or else face the consequence of ending up with a blurred mess, something we often faced until learning the sufficient amount of time to wait. The 8MP front-facing camera captures slightly grainier and paler colors, but serves its purpose well all the same. Video captured on the Honor 7X maxes out at 1080p resolution for both the front and back cameras. Videos looked good, but image stabilization's absence was certainly felt. Otherwise, the 7X exposed scenes well. Audio recorded during videos did sound rather compressed, though.